Welcome to another fantastic episode of Hatchets, Heels, and Honeys. I am your ringmaster, the Queen, Noel Harlow, and I am here with my dom babe, Chrissy Rivera. Chrissy, how are you today?
I am great. I mean, there's a blizzard outside where I am, but I'm doing great. So excited to talk about this last show because it was bananas.
Oh my God, I loved this last show. Can I just say, was one of my favorite episodes. I'm going to put my glasses on right away, guys, because the eyes are not what is happening today. So let's get the shades on, fix the hair, fix everything. This is a serious episode. It's just me and Chrissy this episode because so much has happened. Hold on a minute, Chrissy. I'm all foggy. I'm so foggy glasses. I couldn't even see.
Yeah.
The episode's so hot, I fogged up. All right, here we go. So let's right away jump into the fact that Mr. LaGrasso, the Don, is showrunner this week. Now, Vince Russo had some family matters to attend to. He's had a few things, one with his wife and one with his father the past few weeks. Everybody is okay. I spoke with Vince, and his wife and his dad are all doing much better. Everybody's good, so don't worry. She's out of the hospital. His dad's out of the hospital. Everybody's at home. But he left Vito in charge, Chris.
You would think he would have learned his lesson at this point, but sometimes desperation, right? You don't have anybody else.
Vince likes ratings, and sometimes my husband equals ratings because he's nuts. He's nuts. And he seems to be involved in everybody's business this week.
From more than usual.
What was that? I'm sorry.
More than usual.
Yeah, which is a lot for him. It's a lot for him. He opened up the show running down the card. He fought with everybody in the crowd and threatened to hit them with a piece of paper. Then one of the greatest chants of our time occurred. And it actually made the dirt sheets this week. The chant of "You Can't Read."
I did see that. I did see the "You Can't Read" chant.
Now, Vito can read, and Vito does speak multiple languages. He likes to play dumb, but he's actually very smart at the end of the day. But the "You Can't Read" chant, Juggalos, that might be the greatest wrestling chant I've ever heard. There's some dumb chants that I can't stand. I don't know about you.
Yes, obviously, coming from indie wrestling way back in the day, other companies we've heard it all, right?
Oh my God, yes. The USA chant is horrible. I hate USA chant because sometimes they chant that and the guy's Canadian. Like I don't get that. This is awesome is stupid. If you want to chant it, that's fine. Good for you. This is awesome. Congratulations. It's kind of dumb, but you think about it.
Yeah.
Anytime you chant something dumb at a woman like "ho" or "rad" or something, that's dumb. Why? Would you chant at your mother? Dumb. But "You Can't Read" is the greatest chant of all time.
Yes, that was a good one.
That was a good one. I got a good chuckle out of that one. But he brings down the clowns, and this is something we've been waiting for. Send in the clowns.
Whew, yes. And did he have a little bit of a change of heart because he gave them back their wallets? So I was like, are we seeing a new side of Vito here? Because maybe, we're going to see some change. We're going to see a new positive side of Vito. Or is it because, and I brought this specifically for this show, it is an hourglass, is Mr. Vito's time coming to an end?
Oh, you brought props. You brought props. Is that the Vito time prop?
Son, we have a prop here of an hourglass, and I said this would be perfect for the show today, especially since we're talking about Vito. And is his time at the top coming to an end? So it's very interesting.
Well, Violent J says TikTok, Vito. TikTok. Now, I was impressed he gave back their wallets, but I want everybody to know I did a little investigating, and I did this. I didn't do this for the clowns, even though I do enjoy the Brothers of Funstruction. I did this for my own sanity because I noticed later on in the show, Vito was at the ATM pulling one of his ATM schemes. I had to see if that card was mine because it's blue and I have a blue Visa card. So I went, son of a bitch. So I paused, took a screenshot and zoomed in. That's one of the clown's debit cards. So he did not. Dolly, are you upset? Dolly's upset. Did you hear her growl?
Yes, yes.
Daddy's at it again, honey.
Mhm.
Yes, that is one of the clown's debit cards because it's not mine. He took the clown's debit card. It did not say LaGrasso anywhere on that. I swore it was my Visa card, and I thought that jerk took my Visa. No, there's no clean turnover here, Chris. We stole a clown card.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, and he offered them to come and work for him, or he was going to expose them.
Yeah, so that wasn't really like, I mean, is that really a deal that's in their favor? No, right? So
I don't think so.
Yeah.
If you want to work with Vito, there is a high probable and possibility that you may end up in jail.
Yeah.
Because he has a bit of a track record. Everybody knows. Here's something that people don't necessarily know about Vito. Everybody knows that his uncle is Lucky Luciano, and that's legit. That is his uncle. He looks exactly like him. If you see them side by side, they're like twins. Do you know that Vito's cousin on the other side of his family, on his father's side, is Paul Castellano?
Interesting.
The mobster Paul Castellano. So Vito's entire family is tied into this whole thing. We did a documentary, a short form documentary a few years ago because Vito was looking into his family tree. He was looking for who his grandfather was. And we made a joke about his family tree growing in Sing Sing prison. It literally did. That's where we found the documents for his grandfather, was his arrest in Sing Sing prison around the same time Lucky Luciano was there. So if you team up with Vito, you're literally should have a good lawyer, maybe is the way we should put that.
Yes, I agree. Definitely.
And please understand, I married him before I knew any of these things. I'm on the up and up.
Yes,
Chrissy is on the up and up. There. we aren't associated with any of these families, if you know what I mean.
No.
Look at Dolly in the background, just panicked because we're talking about, he's not here, honey. You hear me say Vito. He's not here. I don't know where your daddy is right now. Not present. As per usual.
As per usual.
Not present.
It's 10 p.m. Where is your Vito?
Yeah, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your Vito is? I have no idea. He's somewhere with the clown's debit card. So whichever Yabo or Ruffo, whichever one of you has a blue platinum Visa card, you may want to check your accounts. I said this week, they may want to check their laughing stocks because they're down.
Yes, I agree. Put on that, that credit check or whatever that is.
Yeah, they're going to need like 150. Goes through Credit Karma. Oh, sorry. The weekend. I want to go on to some of the matches that we had on the show and get off the clown boat or out of the clown car or whatever have you, and get on into the matches. We had an amazing street fight. Amazing. We had Danny Moe and J-Rod. J-Rod seems to be tearing up the roster lately. She's going to be coming up on Netflix with the American Gladiators. She's one of the newest American Gladiators. But this street fight was reminiscent of me for Roddy Piper and Goldust at the WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. But these girls really went to town, and I think so far this is one of my favorite women's matches in JCW Lunacy history.
It was definitely interesting, and I mean they were just going at it right from the beginning.
Yeah,
and I was like excited to see where it was going to go, but then of course Haley J and Amazing Maria back in the mix, right? So what does this mean?
I don't think that now my phone's blowing up.
Who could it be? Could it be Vito? Could it be Jasmine? Because we got to talk about Jasmine too.
We do have to talk about Jasmine. This might be an inside scoop here. I don't know. But the girls tore it up. The thing between the women and Big Al, who stepped down as showrunner, but helped out this week because Vince Russo is not here. Another person that got in a fight with Vito. Vito actually with a rare W this week, very rare W, defended Vince Russo and said, what are you going to put fake pictures on the internet? He's taking care of his family. Family comes first to Vince Russo. And I know that for a fact because I'm very close with Vince over the last several years. Vince does value family, his wife, his grandkids, his children. They all come first. And he wasn't there. He left Vito in charge of the show. Mm-hmm. But Chrissy, I know you're coming on as of late. You know that Big Al had shared pictures that she said Russo had sent to her and all these things. And Vito says this is not true, that she made that up as a power move. And now it seems like Big Al's feeling a little guilty about that.
Yeah, I could see that. That. And she was attacked too.
And she's been attacked. Now what's going to happen? She doesn't seem to have the same power she had because now she's not showrunner.
Right.
She got caught and maybe looks like what might have been a little fib. So we're going to have to see where that's going to go for Big Al. I like Big Al. I don't think she needed to do all these things just to get the spotlight. She is an incredible wrestler. I'm looking forward to see her and J-Rod really lock it up. I think that those guys will have an incredible match.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, also you got to think of that mentality, especially in JCW. You got to do what you got to do, right? It's very cutthroat. It's very like, I need to get to the top. I'm going to do whatever. And I've seen it a lot over the past couple of weeks that people are just willing to stab each other in the back. I mean, do what you got to do, not just with Vito, with the women, with,
things are heating up heading into Stranglemania in Vegas. I think everybody, that's a big card. I think everybody wants to get on that card. And I think it's a lot of people are definitely like what you say there. It's heating up. It's heating up. Another person I want to talk about too that's heating up is our old friend Kerry Morton.
Oh, Kerry.
Kerry caught Vito with that debit card too. That Visa card, didn't he? He goes, "What? I'm doing my business."
For Kerry, I got a soft spot for Kerry. Everybody's saying he's crazy, tinfoil hat. But are we going to talk about the fan? Like, are we going to talk about everything that we're seeing that he's seeing? Like, it's not.
They're saying he's lost his mind, but obviously there's something to it. We've got people jumping out of the crowd and attacking him, losing his chance to get that title shot from Cocaine, who has the briefcase. And Kerry Morton, he doesn't have his Southern Six around him anymore. They're gone. He turned on his father. He's gone. Now he's going after Vito while Vito's doing hustles down at the ATM. He's blamed Vince. He's getting strange phone calls. Is he losing his mind, or is Matt Cross playing the best mind game of his life, where he's making Kerry think that, he's snapped and he's losing his shot at the big time?
See, that's how I feel. I'm on Team Kerry here. I know when we had Jasmine on and she was saying he's definitely tinfoil hat. I mean, I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel I have my soft spot for Kerry. I feel like I'm seeing the same things and understanding where he's coming from. I feel like Matt Cross is playing a crazy mind game with him here. We have the fan that came out at the end. I believe it. Matt
Cross has been quite the chess player in JCW. He's the reason that Violent J lost control of the company when he basically laid on his back and took the pin. Now he's on to this next thing with Kerry Morton. I mean, he is basically the king of the chessboard here, Matt Cross. And we're looking at somebody like Kerry Morton, who's young. I think Vince said he was 22, 23 years old. He doesn't have the same experience Matt Cross does. He's been all over the world. He is a veteran in this game. I think that, maybe I'm leaning a little towards you. I mean, Jasmine had me pretty convinced he was tinfoil cap. And I thought, maybe he is, but I don't know. That fan jumping out with the JCW jersey and taking him out, costing him that big title shot. And, Kerry Morton, He would love to air hump with that title around his waist. And you know
He
it.
would,
So
he would. That is at
and
the top of
that's
his
a big
list.
thing for him. He wants gold. He wants fame. He likes to shimmer. He likes to shine. And then this happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to keep an eye on Kerry Morton, Matt Cross situation and see where that leads us.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I wanted to get to, and you're going to have to help me with this because I have a difficult time with this team. I can't get on board with it. Call me what you will, but I cannot get on board with I don't even know what their proper name is. The Choppas. What is their name?
I believe
on a mission.
I believe it's Choppa City.
Choppa City. That's it. Choppa City. I said men on a mission. Choppa City. They just seem to have no direction and they just don't make good decisions. Who messes with zombies by choice?
Poor Barnabas. Poor Barnabas.
I know our friend Barney.
They zip tied poor Barney to the rail. I was like, what is going on here? You just got here. And these are the people that you decided that you're going to pick the fight with. I understand you want to try to get to the top, but I feel like it's a little premature, to do something.
Really, like if you're going to work your way up to JCW, I would say the first thing would do start with humans. I would start with humans, maybe work your way up to monsters, maybe zombies, then clowns. There's a hierarchy at JCW, I noticed. You got to go humans, monsters, zombies, clowns.
Yeah.
And along the way, you have to deal with mafioso.
Yes, that's always in the mix. But I mean, they did get their karma Kramer, right? Because the Outbreak ambushed them before the bell even rang.
I've never seen the Outbreak without Barnabas. How terrifying was that?
I don't know if somebody got bit. I think somebody might have got bit. What does that mean too? Like you got bit. I mean, it was very chaotic. It was they were very unhinged. As
I've never seen them that unhinged.
And when you're talking about zombies, I mean, they're always unhinged, right? Are they ever truly hinged? But this was a whole nother level. They were.
We previously spoke about the cocaine situation with the zombies, where we don't really know what different effects that cocaine has on the zombies and whatever. And Choppa City had no cocaine on them, so if they got bit, they got bit.
Yeah,
and we're going to see what happens because Vito, obviously, our theory is doused in cocaine and urine, you're not turning into a zombie. These guys just came in there and raw dogged it, man. They didn't have nothing. Did they get bit by zombies? Will we see Choppa zombies? That's terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying to me. As much as I love our friend Barney and the zombies, and we're zombie people, I don't want to see the zombies without Barnabas again. I'm afraid of what they might do. They could go into the crowd and just go nuts. Juggalo zombies everywhere.
I know. And then when Barnabas comes back, right? You got to think about that too. What does that mean for Choppa City? Because he is probably beside himself. They're always together. So like you said, having the zombies without Barnabas, it's like.
Well, he told us they're his sons.
Mm-hmm.
Those are his children. And he was separated from his children. And they used police zip ties to hold him back. Mm-hmm. That were regular police handcuff zip ties. Like that was the stuff you seal your garbage bags with, folks. Like they meant business. They didn't want him to get out.
Yeah.
And then people were telling the zombies to use scissors. When have you seen a zombie use a scissor?
I don't think they use soap. I don't think they use toothpaste. They're not.
Yeah, they really don't use common household items. A wrench. I've never seen a zombie use a hammer.
No.
A sledgehammer, especially, they don't use. I've never seen that.
No.
So,
so calculated and smooth in the ring, if I could just say. They're very talented zombies. Very, very good.
I always figured this way. Barnabas has trained them well. You ever see, like back in the day where they used to have the flea circus? Like in cartoons and the little fleas would jump up and do that. I kind of think that's what he's done. Like an elephant trainer or like a tiger, lion trainer, a little flea circus from cartoons. He has trained those zombies to perform at top levels. But when he's not there, it all falls apart. It's like Vito trying to live his life without me.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
It is. It is. So we covered Choppa City.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. And let's get on to, and I want to share a good portion of the show with this. The main event on into the finish. The main event was the mafiosos. That is the Luciano family enterprises, Mickey Knuckles, and PCO, the man who is not human, against the Brothers of Funstruction. Non-title match. Which surprises me. Vito wouldn't want the title, but I think he just wanted them beat up at this point. This was more of a threat than it was a match. And it was a fun house match. And the fun part for Vito was they couldn't use weapons, but Mickey and PCO could.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts, Chris?
I mean, we saw all kinds of stuff. Kendo stick, aluminum sign. Like, it was just completely chaotic. And like you said, yeah, it wasn't about the title for Vito. It was more an emotional thing because his emotions are all over the place. So I don't think he cared. And that match was just insane, very chaotic. Mickey Knuckles, a force you cannot reckon with, as we have seen the past couple of weeks of her behavior, and there's no controlling her. And I don't think there's any controlling PCO. So how long is Vito going to really be able to control these two? Because it just seems like they beat to their own drum, and the drum right now is the money, right? Yeah, but I don't know. It looks like Vito's losing a little bit of control a little bit, especially in this, this last one, but they did pick up the win. So, I mean, is it worth it?
I am very, what's the word I'm looking for? Upset.
That's a good word. Yes. Good way to put it.
That is I guess is the best word to use. That my husband continues to go around and have rendezvous. This is his word, not mine. I wouldn't use that word. Rendezvous with women. And it seems like Mickey Knuckles is the aggressor this time. Maybe he's going to get a taste of his own medicine.
That's what I'm saying.
With the way he has been treating women lately, because backstage you saw, I can't get it out of my head, and I tried. Backstage, you saw what happened between him and Mickey Knuckles, and she wants her dessert.
I think she said something about cream filled cannoli or something was mentioned, something about that. And listen, I love my Italian desserts, but I was also very uncomfortable with this situation. And I don't think Vito was necessarily the biggest fan of it either. But like you said, taste of his own medicine here. You can only push somebody so far, or you mess with the wrong person. And like we said, we've seen Mickey Knuckles, she dominates wherever she goes. So who's to say you're going to be in full control of Mickey Knuckles just because you're Vito, like you've gotten it your way so long, but this ain't Burger King, right? So like,
right. You can't get it your way from the Olive Garden. And I have to say, I love my Italian desserts. Just as much as the next person. I love them so much I married my Italian dessert. But I don't know. He's out. Can you tell? I'm just beside myself. He's out there just leaving this pishadale out there for everybody to see. And I just cannot condone this behavior. Stealing credit cards and fucking with clowns and the women and the betting on the Knicks still bothers me. And when does it come a point? And maybe it comes that point when Violent J returns. If he returns at all, that Vito gets his true realization that the world doesn't revolve around him.
Yes.
He thinks the world revolves around him.
I mean, are we going to talk about this limo situation?
We have to.
Yeah.
We have to. Number one, he bought it with the company's card. He clearly said. Then he says he's taking the cameraman out to party for drinks and naked women. More women. At least it wasn't my credit card this time.
No.
But he gets in, and Chrissy, I'm verklempt. Can you just?
So Vito gets in the limo, And as we see, he's ready to party it up. He's high off this win that they just got. And here comes our homegirl, Jasmine St. Clair, out of the shadows. I mean, I feel like she was dressed for the occasion. She was in all black garb. I was like, oh shit, she just came out of nowhere. And she was like, Vito, it is time for your receipt. And I was like, yes, give it to him. Finally, we're going to get it. And he was locked in that limo, could not get out. And there we had Congo Kong and Mr. Happy were in there with him. And he asked the limo driver to leave. And then what do we see when the window comes down, right?
Violent J right there saying, the Duke of the Wicked, your limo driver is here. And the look on Vito's face, superb. Superb. Jasmine had a plan. She knew she had a plan in effect. Vito called her a horror movie, but it was only a horror movie for Vito. A haunted movie. That's what he called her. A haunted movie. That was it. She knew what she was going to do. She told us she had a plan, and she worked that plan to a T. Vito had nowhere to go. Now, for those who want an update, because people are asking me how Vito is, when I see him, when he's here, 2 black eyes, limped in the door. Was it worth the laugh that he got when he limped in the door that I gave him? Absolutely. I laughed I had a glass of champagne, and I went, oh, did you get a boo-boo? To you. And he was so mad. You know, and he throws his coat down on the ground and the whole lot, because he's a toddler.
Yes.
Throws his coat down on the ground and yells and screams and slams doors. And I just sat there and I laughed, because what else are you going to do? The only way he's going to learn is if we all teach him that he's not the center of the universe.
Yeah.
Jasmine and Violent J and Vince Russo and Chrissy and myself, we're there for you guys. We're going to break him in and teach him that he is not the center of the universe. Now, what happens now?
It is anybody's game. And what I liked about this episode, it was not just like about the matches. It was more about Vito's power peak. Like, we just seen him just keep going and going and going, and then his immediate downfall, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what the next step is. I mean, he was building alliances, taking control, bullying the roster, obviously.
Right.
But in the end, Violent J reveals that, he's been orchestrating revenge. So I'm interested to see what the next episode is. I'm really excited to see. I'm excited to see what's in the future, especially for Vito. What is up Violent J's sleeve? It could be anything.
I am looking so forward to finding out what the clowns have got going on. What is going to happen between Vito and the clowns? Chrissy, our sponsor this week. Again, our sponsor this week is Bedfellows Law. Bedfellows Law has started a lovely compensation for those of you who have been abused by the Don Big Vito LaGrasso. Has Vito LaGrasso held you up for a monster or a muscle milk? You may be provided compensation as per the law. You can contact them at vitoowesme@gmail.com for compensation if Vito has ever held you up for a beer, a muscle milk, a green monster. I am not a lawyer. I just represent a law firm. But you can contact Bedfellows Law, and they will help you get compensation. So Vito now has a lawsuit, apparently forming a civil suit against him because he holds everybody up for, beverages. I don't know. They contacted me. So you may be entitled to compensation. Also, he found out that there was another sponsor, paid Vince more money.
All right.
Little Dagos. Little Dagos is a delicious drink that you can drink It's made by little Italian women in big pots with wood spoons. Apparently, Lucky Luciano drank this and became big and strong, as did Big Vito, who was this week's showrunner. I want you to know he wrote I was in charge of everything. Nobody got over on me. Way to go, Monero. Brooklyn for life. Buy this drink. It's on my website. Big Vito, bigvito.com. Big Vito for life.
All right.
He does read and write, folks. He does read and write. He wrote that himself. Little Degas. 2 sponsors this week, Chris. We must be doing pretty good. We've got 1 for and 1 against. Let's see what next week brings us.
Yes, interesting. Very interesting.
It gets better and better every week. If you guys are interested in sponsoring the show, you can contact Chrissy and I through the Vince Russo brand. Chrissy, tell them where they can reach you.
You can reach me on Twitter at Hello Chrissy, also on Instagram at hello_Chrissy_. So reach out and we can get these lawsuits or these Dagos started. Your pick.
Choose a side. You can reach me on social media at Mrs. Harlow Bunny. I'm on Instagram. I am on Twitter. And I am on Facebook under Noel Harlow Lagrasso. Follow our other services that we have available on thebigvitobrand.com. Thank you, Chrissy, for joining us here this week. Thank you, Vince Russo, for giving us a platform to, I don't know, what do we do?
We spread the news. We give the information that everybody wants to know. And you have the inside scoop on Vito, right? So you're on the inside. So we get information that nobody else can get from him.
So for Chrissy Rivera, I am Noel Harlow. This is Dolly down here on the floor, and we will see you back here next week. Good night, Vito, wherever you are. Bye-bye.